Hello guys and welcome back to the video, welcome to the channel, whatever. I kinda wanted to talk about the Mr. Beast topic for a while, but I never really found something where I really felt comfortable latching onto, especially with Dogpack. Okay, I liked the first video, well, up to a certain point. The second one I also thought was good and the third one was a yikes, but I was kinda afraid to really talk about it because I saw people being bombarded every time they criticize Dogpack, and now that SoggyCereals video is out, I wanted to kinda talk about this video. And first I also kinda wanna say that this video kinda made me ashamed for not checking this stuff myself, like the Wayback Machine or videos for the full context, and just trusting this random dude. I'm disappointed in myself, to be honest. Like, not totally like I was gonna whip myself, but I'm also not very proud. So then I kinda watched a SoggyCereals video and I wanna said some stuff I hated about it, some stuff I liked about it. Then I also gonna go over posts on Twitter / YouTube drama and such. It won't be a Twitter versus, I'm gonna give my own opinion. And it will be mostly focused on the tweets by the people who are involved in this. And based on / YouTube drama simply because they have the weirdest takes ever. So at first I wanna get an important thing out of the way, which kinda pissed me off, was the fact that a lot of people didn't really criticize the video or what was said about Dogpack. They kinda hung themselves up on this point of, well, Soggy's flight was paid by an employee, Mr. Beast knew Soggy is working for him. Like, I don't really care. I said the same thing when I was defending Dogpack initially. I said, I don't care if he used to work for the guy. If his points are valid, the points are valid, and I'll gonna stay consistent. It doesn't matter. Like, maybe it's because I don't really cared about the interviews. For me, they were kinda like, partially they kinda felt a bit unnecessarily cruel to kinda... I thought it was good that he dismantled Dogpack's points, but I wasn't really sure if it felt necessary to play the video of him getting fired and let his former employees talk about how he dissed the chef and whatnot. Like, it felt unnecessary. To be honest, I just really hate this point that I saw a lot of people who were critical of Soggy using at least a third of their video to just hammer in. Yes, I'm slapping my hand. It hurts. just slamming it in that he got paid, what is this journalism, boo-hoo. Like, suddenly you all act like you're some top investigators. Another thing, the point feels null and void when people say, yeah, he interviewed Mr. Beast's employees, of course they're gonna be pro Mr. Beast. Yeah, and? You listen to the former employees? You listen to them? And those people didn't even show their faces. We didn't know how long they worked there. We didn't know which positions they were in. Those could have just as easily also been texts Dogpack sent to himself from alt accounts, but nope, y'all totally took them at face value, and suddenly we are not supposed to believe people who are biased. Like, it's this battle of double standards. And my opinion on Mr. Beast drama, I saw a comment which summed it up perfectly when they said, it's like a robber being accused of being a mass murderer. It's a terrible person who done a lot of wrong, but people blow stuff out of proportion, and it's true. There is stuff Mr. Beast has to be held accountable for, but y'all are kinda so hung up on still making the small shit Dogpack said about him kinda not really stick. It felt like people want to discredit the video simply because Jimmy pushed it and agreed with it, and y'all kinda don't really wanna acknowledge that not everything is 100% true. It's if Dogpack being wrong still makes some stuff valid. Like, Jimmy definitely has to speak up about Chris Tyson because there were two entirely different statements. Like, Chris Tyson said, hey, I stepped away from everything Mr. Beast, I'm no longer part of the brand. Meanwhile, Jimmy said, we fired Ava. Like, which one is it now? Was Ava fired or did Ava choose to step away? And how much did Jimmy know? Like, when he lived with Chris, they had this poster on their wall drawn by Shadman. I didn't really see tweets of Mr. Beast himself talking to Shadman. I know people claimed it, but I have yet to see some proof of this. And the crypto stuff definitely has to be addressed. I'm really not a huge fan of crypto. Every time I hear someone is really deep into this stuff, I feel like there's something shady about this person, to be honest. Like the Delaware stuff, I know Soggy showed that Delaware, he was hired because Jimmy went to a random Best Buy and hired him. I also want to disclaim that I saw people saying, yeah, after they found out they made him wear the mask. But I don't really see any evidence that it had something to do with this specifically. We don't know the time when it was found out. Which kinda sucks because now we don't know when he really got fired, if it was an issue or not. And I fucking hope that Mr. Beast is gonna address that, because this is disgusting that this person was working there. God. Then there's also the issue that a lot of people still use Jake the Viking as a source, despite, I'll put it on screen while I'm talking, that Jake himself said in DMs to Connor that he didn't witness this himself. He's just saying what he was told. He himself has no evidence for it, so I don't know why people suddenly trust the guy so much. Also, Jimmy really has to answer for the first lottery, but it was also something Soggy said. Sorry, I'm just so annoyed. But now I'm gonna also critique the Soggy video. First, what I didn't like is the fact that the questions in the interview, they felt very leading. Like, he kinda basically could have just have said, okay, now say me all the negative shit you have about Dogpack. Wouldn't barely change anything.
I've heard some stories of people feeling kind of off when he was hired. And I was wondering, why did you hire him?
I didn't hire that guy.
Can you tell me a bit about your relationship with Dawson during both of you guys working there? Was there something that felt off?
Yeah.
Any weird stories circulating or whatever of something Dawson did at the company? Or
I already said the interview felt very unnecessary. Like, sure, him showing that he flew there and talked to the employees is nice, but it didn't really change much, in my opinion. It was mostly there to discredit Dogpack, and I wish that he really focused more on the things that Dogpack says being wrong, instead of just also going for his character. Like, I know a lot of people, also YouTubers I watched, were kind of like, oh my god, that's so fucking awesome, and they saw that they had a recording of Dogpack being fired and begging for his job, and meanwhile I was sitting there and thinking like, holy shit, the company is handing this out to YouTubers. Like, I would feel uncomfortable if I get fired and then it kind of blows up into a big situation. The company started handing out this recording. This is unprofessional at the very least. Oh god, that was so... I don't know what they were thinking. There was also another thing that I don't know. Maybe it was just a slip up or something. It was when Kara, I think was her name, the hiring manager, was at first talking about how during the Lokoya stuff she wasn't really in HR or something.
can you tell me a bit about what really went on with Lokoya Hill?
Yeah, so like just to kind of give you background on like when someone reports something to HR, which would have been me at the time because it was years ago.
But then she said that she was sitting down with the assistant, was looking for another jobs for him.
I actually worked with him to come up with a list of like jobs that he wanted.
And she was present with Lokoya and Nicole when Dogpack got fired, but I don't know. My point is that she is first starting out that, yeah, she wasn't doing this back then, but this is how we do it now. Then she said, yeah, I was sitting down with him and looking at the list. This is also something I had a huge issue with. Then there's the Cam Nugget stuff, which I will also further explain when I go over the tweets, because I have some screenshots from the now deleted back and forth. Another huge issue, no, it's not really a huge issue, was when he kinda, Soggy defended the fact that Mr. Beast's signature was used, like the MB, by another one of his friends. It was told, yeah, and he said, yeah, it's not illegal if the person gave permission and it doesn't devalue the signature, and it is devaluing, because Mr. Beast, Jimmy is Mr. Beast. He's the face of the channel, like, except Chris and Chandler, I don't even know how the other people are called. And only those two I kinda barely really know anything about. Like, people, when you have those Mr. Beast employees, like, I'm sure people know them, I'm sure their audience loves them, but an autograph from them isn't as valuable as an autograph from Mr. Beast himself. The fans, most of the fans want an autograph from Mr. Beast, not from one of his friends. And this is, in my opinion, something that was really glossed over. Like, same thing as with the Delaware stuff. It kinda felt like, yeah, it was quickly addressed and let's move on to the next thing. The video, I liked the part where he really disproved a lot of stuff Dogpack said. That he actually showed that we would have known better if we simply watched the full video, like was for Mark. If we just went and watched his video, it would disprove a lot of stuff. I'm kinda curious how the interview between Oompaville and Jimmy will go. I know that another YouTuber also interviewed the employees, maybe even on the same day, because they were wearing the same clothes as in the video by Soggy. I tried to find this video, I will put screenshots if I find it, and at the start he said that he got a confirmation that Jimmy is still working on a response, and at this point I don't know how much I trust it. I don't even really have full trust in this investigations, because it is kinda weird. Like, I'm not sure, I have to check it up again, but I think they also kinda said, yeah, there was no inappropriate stuff with minors on Chris's side or something. I think Lava tweeted this out. I'm gonna have to check it. If no, then I'm sorry for saying that. Even, like, there were definitely inappropriate conversations. Like, I don't know. Kinda now wanna go over some of the posts and talk about what I think about them. Address them. I hope you like the Twitter versus style of reading with my voice. I'm hoping, at least. At first, let's get to the Cam Nuggets tweet that started it all. This scumbag, SoggyCereals, just accused me of watching minors do inappropriate things because I reported one that was flashing the camera in a public Discord server called Edgy. The server is free to join, and again, public. And you are more than welcome to read the full context of this discussion by searching it. I understand trying to discredit Dogpack and expect this from smaller commentary channels, but as a 156k sub YouTuber, self-identifying as a detective that does real journalism, you look pathetic calling out Dogpack and Rosanna for going after Chris Tyson while making disgusting out of context slanderous claims like this. Do better, homie. The context was in the video that Soggy wanted to make a point that apparently, hey, like, you call out Mr. Beast for this supposed work chat while your friend Cam Nuggets is watching minors spread their ass cheeks on Discord. And he used this screenshot from a Discord where Cam Nuggets actually said to them, basically did the opposite. He said to the mods, hey, mods, a kid got into the Discord, quick, do something about it. And for some reason, Soggy thought it's a good idea to do this. Nobody defended it, nobody agreed with it, even people like Nick the Oreo who loved the video. They said, hey, that's a bad move. Then Larix had a call with him, and Soggy really wasn't able to defend this point, and he cut it out, and I will show the discussion about it now. Bucket of Crabs on the Cope and Thief channel tweeted out, the Cam Nation isn't doing well. The fact Cam can see the irony of this is actually insane. And SoggyCereals responded, yeah, he clearly didn't understand what I was implying there. The Dogpack404 judges other people not knowing about Ava no matter the context of her messages, while he's in contact with people who did similar things. I don't know even how he came to the idea that this would prove this. This is actually just, to be honest, for me it's personally borderline slender. No, it is slender, to be honest. Because that's using a screenshot completely out of context to portray them as some weirdo who is looking at CP in Discords, and you're accusing him of watching CP. You know how serious it is. You debunked the same thing. What were you thinking? So then later on, he made another response. Clarification on this. I'll cut out my video though, because I understand Cam Nuggets side as well. So, read more, needed here. I'll tag at Cam Nuggets here because I legitimately don't want to cause you any unnecessary panic. I wanted to get a point across of Dogpack's hypocrisy. But realize I should have added more context for Cam instead of hyper-focusing on Dogpack in that segment. And I'll be honest, I think this is very vague. I don't know, I kinda don't really like it, to be honest. Not really my cup of tea, and I think he could have done better. But at least this is down. Damage is partially done, but at least not everyone saw it. And to be honest, taking it down was still doing more than Dogpack did, because he took 3 months to take down a 3 million views video. The third one, where he slanders James Warren. Now he's someone who was directly addressed in the video. In the comment section, Jake Weddle. Let's see what Jake Weddle had to say to the video. Now I know what makes the cereal so soggy. Gluck Gluck 9000. So basically the typical comment of, oh, you're just a Mr. Beast dick rider, you're sucking him off, whatnot. And to be honest, he was more charitable to Jake Weddle than any other drama related channel, like on the commentary community at least. But yeah, I can understand that Jake Weddle is sticking to his friends. Then also another comment was made by Mr. Beast himself. And I'll be honest, he really did a lot of damage with this. He commented, finally, a video that doesn't spread baseless slander about me, lol. I understand he was excited that finally a video is getting traction that's actually kinda setting the record straight from his view, but he really did a lot of damage to Soggy by really making him look like it was kinda planned, or that the intention is to defend Mr. Beast, and a lot of people actually also ended up using it against him, which is very sad. Rosanna Pansino, on the day this came out, made this post. The first episode of my podcast just dropped. Smoking my dad dead. At Ridiculous Pod, episode 1. Watch here. And nothing more. After this came nothing from what I know. She then later posted on the same picture but saying they're glazing while I'm blazing. Like, she isn't gonna talk about it, and to be honest, I think it's smarter that way. Then I will use a rather popular r/YouTube drama post to kinda shows the energy that was going on after the video. And it says, Look, we all know Dogpack404's reputation is in the shit. I've known since he started spewing shit about microplastics turning you gay, but that doesn't mean Mr. Beast is okay. Don't forget about his treatment of contestants on Amazon TV show, all his crypto stuff from yesterday. He still interacted with Shadman and his art on the wall. He didn't give money to that blind charity until he was called out on it a year later. He actively works with Logan Paul on a product invested by Mold. I'm sure there's more I'm forgetting that didn't come from Dogpack's mouth. Both of these guys are awful. To be honest, this video felt bloated. The real actual stuff sprinkled in with bullshit really hurt the cause. The whole situation is messy, but don't let Mr. Beast get away with this shit. So the Amazon Contestants TV show, this is currently an ongoing lawsuit. I now watched the Pavel interview, and apparently Mr. Beast right now won't really talk about it because it is an ongoing lawsuit. Apparently everyone got paid for that time, which was supposed to be a big surprise, but I still think even if they got paid, that won't change the fact that people got heavily injured. And we will see where this is going. Personally, I think it was negligence what happened there if so many people got hurt. And all the crypto stuff from yesterday, yes, it's still right, and the CoffeeZilla video will be linked in the description. Please check it out. Then the third point is on the other end complete weird. Like, he never interacted with Shadman. This is kinda like putting it in there. Chris interacted with Shadman, was put on the wall by Chris. Mr. Beast never interacted with Shadman. This is a completely unproven and made up thing. I'll give Mr. Beast the benefit of the doubt when he said he didn't know. He said they had a lot of anime posters on the wall and Chris put this up and he didn't know the context, and now that he knows this he's like, what the fuck? Still, it's kinda weird that the shit was on the wall and the way he was staring at it in this one picture. But yeah, I think it's wrong to claim he interacted with him if he didn't. The blind charity part, apparently they explained that it was a third party that they used to distribute the money, and apparently out of the 1,000 only 30 didn't get paid and they quickly fixed this. Charity also posted a video then retracting it. He said that until he was called out on it a year later. Now the question is, was it brought to his attention, or did the fact that it exploded would make him aware? I don't know. But yeah, this is gross negligence. It shouldn't have happened in the first place. This is also true. And the Logan Paul thing, it isn't even the last thing. I remember watching a YouTuber kinda poking fun at the Nickelodeon Kids' Choice Awards. And when Mr. Beast got his award, that Logan Paul was in the background of the video. And I don't know if you need to expose Logan Paul to even more fans if he's currently in a lawsuit for scamming fans. Not here, it's just this kind of deflection. They're not gonna really address what was debunked, but rather try to shift the goalpost somewhere else, because you can no longer use Dogpack as a source or his arguments, so you kind of focus on something else, which is kind of scummy. So then also Pegasus, who was slighted in the video, made a response. It's a bit long one, and she later ended up making this video, which I will just give my short opinion on. So I talked to Mr. Beast behind the scenes in a couple of calls. We had a real, genuine conversation about everything. Jimmy admits he did a lot of wrong, but also wants to clarify a lot of the misinformation/lies about him as well. We had a call off the record we agreed to not record, where we had a few responses that cleared up some confusion and helped his case partially. We then set up an actual interview to post on the channel today, and I asked him about every single allegation. I prepared questions for the last 2 days. He seemed excited about finally getting his perspective out, but literally last minute, before the recorded interview, his team cancelled and said they want to do an in-person interview rather than an online one. Spoilers, I don't live in America, so we can't do that. I personally don't think it makes a difference at all, and you guys wouldn't really mind an online interview. We just want him to respond. He then apologized to me for wasting my time. But yeah, that's what happens the past few days. Anyways, if he changes his mind, I'm still down. You can expect a fair interview with hard-hitting questions. I'll keep it real and don't bend to bigger YouTubers. It means nothing to me. I still think it's the best to do this on this channel specifically, and he would convince the most people here, and it's been on the forefront of the drama. But it's his decision in the end. I guess I might just cover the interview when it drops on some other channel. He hasn't decided where yet. As for SoggyCereals videos, some of the things were right, but some are pretty wrong too, but feel free to watch if you want. I may cover it later on, but obviously more interested in talking to Mr. Beast directly at the moment, so we can finally finish the saga for real. I honestly don't know what's next, but stay tuned anyways. I'll do my best. Also, it's been an insane few months. Thanks for the support, you guys rock. So, that's a lot to unpack here. At first, no, I hadn't seen a single receipt of him actually even planning this interview or being told no. In his video he then claimed Mr. Beast named some people he wants to do the first interview with, and he said take from multiple options, he said choose Umpaville, so he kinda partially takes credit for the fact that Umpaville was chosen. And to be honest, I think he's kinda overstating his importance. Like, yeah, his videos probably got the most views. He's still kinda a slop channel, and he cut Dogpack out of context, so I can understand why Jimmy don't trust him. Like, when Dogpack talked about James Warren, he then admitted that there are multiple James Warrens in the state, and this might not be the real one. And Pegasus cut this part out so that people couldn't really know that, yeah, it might not have been him. They didn't know of the option. They thought it's definitely him. And I don't remember if Pegasus even ever really made a video on it talking about it. In his video, as a response to SoggyCereals, he at first was poisoning the world for a long time by at first like reminding people, hey, remember his flight got paid, and he then on 2 occasions said, yeah, he was paid, but he was paid. Like, his flight ticket was paid. You have no evidence that he got money this way, but it was either unfortunate or manipulative wording. I don't know, I think he was I personally give him the benefit of the doubt and say he was just talking out of anger, and this is how it turns out. Then he's, instead of addressing the points Soggy made, rather talking about the slop video Soggy made, because he was called out there. The video was rather meh, and of course, at first we're gonna address this one before the actual point, so that people already are riled up. Then when Soggy showed the stuff that Dogpack was willing to lie or cut out of context, like, he basically really said, hey, he's lying to you guys. And what was Pegasus' take? It was mostly, nobody agreed with him anyways, or ain't nobody got time for that, this is irrelevant. And personally, like, the stuff seemed not really relevant, but if Dogpack is willing to lie about this, what else is he willing to lie about? This was also a point made. Then when it came to the false CP accusation and the work chat, which wasn't one, he then said, yeah, nobody was defending it, everyone called it out, and you didn't make a video calling it out, bro. What are you talking about? You kinda pick and choose what you're gonna address and what not. Like, yeah, I think a huge issue for me here really is the fact that Pegasus kinda has this huge ego, as if he's the one who could stop all of this and clear things up. He would totally own Mr. Beast, and I kinda can see why Mr. Beast wanted to do it in person, because it really kinda gives more of this humane angle. It's all about PR. Like the thing with Oompa, where we're sitting face to face, calmly talking. It felt more personal, it looked better when doing a Zoom call or something, especially with a slop channel. We now go to a Twitter thread made by Soggy regarding the fact that Mr. Beast apparently sent the video to a lot of drama channels and commented under it. So, here's his thread. Hi everyone, there are some things that have come to my attention I found concerning. The one I personally feel most disgusted by being Mr. Beast DMing my video to creators instead of taking accountability for the very serious allegations he still has to clear up. A thread. He has confirmed done illegal things and showcased scummy behavior he still has to respond to, not just from my video but also other videos, most notably the serious allegations regarding his crypto. If he can DM my video to other people because it's not baseless slander, he can DM Coffeezilla's video to other creators because it's also not baseless slander. Same thing with his comment he left on my video, which people think is deleted. It's not. It's just sank to the depths, probably because it was rightfully so bombarded with dislikes. I'll provide proof. Saying finally a video that doesn't spread baseless slander about me, lol. Coffee's great coverage of his very shady crypto behavior is, again, also not baseless slander. So that comment should be on his video as well if he wanted to make some form of true accountability. The added lol to his comment also shows a disregard for the gravity of the accusations he has responded to. I'm not just disappointed in the recurring pattern of Jimmy not taking accountability, not just for the past months, but that again is happening right now. I also feel used since it seems he's using my video, which I created to inform people of Dogpack's untrustworthy nature, as well as hold Mr. Beast accountable for some shit he should be held accountable for as a shield. Which I hated, because if there's a good thing that came out of Dogpack's videos, is that it removed Jimmy's golden boy slash Boy Scout shield that had been protecting him from criticism for years. A shield that no one should have in the first place. To see my video be commented on and DM to other creators by him to potentially build that shield back up just makes me feel disgusted and used. And I totally get him here. I think he was also partially panic tweeting because people are now using it to discredit him, his person and his video, because everyone now tries to portray him as this paid Mr. Beast shill who totally only did it to clear Jimmy's image. It was the main intention all along, and I think this was also partially a panic, cause dude got screwed over, kinda, and now he's taking a lot of heat. And now we come to the end of the video, I think. I will also link the Umpaville interview for you all to watch. I kinda just wanted to vent my frustration out about how Soggy's video kinda was received, what happened afterwards, and thank you for watching. I hope you had a good time with me and my insanity. So if you like it, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button and ring the bell next to the subscribe button if you wanna be informed about future uploads. I don't upload that often, I don't have a schedule, so I would recommend doing so. Again, thanks for watching and have one hell of a day.